"That's my daughter you're interfering with," he screamed while Oliver cried and clung to my legs, terrified of this angry stranger. "She became my daughter the day you threw her away," Mizzy Nyla said in that voice that could silence any classroom full of teenagers. My father's face went purple with rage. He pointed at her and screamed that she was a predator taking advantage of vulnerable girls, and he'd make sure everyone knew what she really was. I wanted to disappear into the floor, but Ms. Nyla just smiled and said, "Everyone already knows I'm the woman who saved your daughter when you failed her." The next morning, Miss Nyla didn't come to breakfast, and my heart knew something was wrong before my brain did. I found her on her bedroom floor clutching her chest and gasping my name like she needed to tell me something important. The paramedics worked on her for 40 minutes while she kept trying to reach for me. Oliver kept asking why Nana wouldn't wake up and why her face looked so gray. I begged them to try harder because she's the only family we've ever had. She survived, but at the hospital had to be put on life support where the machines were doing all the breathing and pumping. "She made you medical proxy last year," the doctor said, showing me papers while my hands shook too hard to read them. "She doesn't want extraordinary measures, so you need to decide soon whether to continue life support." I held her hand while Oliver played with her fingers, not understanding why she wouldn't squeeze back like she always did during their morning game. I kept whispering, "Please don't leave us." The machines wouldn't stop their beeping while I squeezed Mizzy Nyla's cold hand harder. Oliver kept tugging on her fingers the way he did every morning when they played their counting game. The doctor stood by the foot of her bed holding a clipboard and watching me with this patient look. Oliver pulled on my shirt asking why Nana wouldn't sing the good morning song she always sang to him. My throat closed up because yesterday she was standing on our porch telling my father off with her teacher voice. Now her face looked gray like old newspaper and the machines were doing all her breathing. The doctor cleared his throat and moved closer to show me some papers on his clipboard. His finger pointed to Miss Nyla's signature at the bottom, while he explained I was her medical proxy. My hands shook so bad I couldn't hold the clipboard steady enough to read the words. The paper said something about no extraordinary measures in her neat teacher handwriting that I'd seen on hundreds of my essays. He told me we didn't have to decide right away, but we should honor what she wanted. Oliver started crying because he was hungry and scared of all the beeping sounds. A woman walked in with a soft voice and introduced herself as Constance Parker, the social worker. She had this thick folder under her arm and suggested we go somewhere quieter to talk. She found us a small room down the hall with some toys for Oliver to play with. While he stacked blocks, she explained what being a medical proxy meant and handed me pamphlets about hospital services. Her calm way of talking made my chest loosen just a little bit. She said she'd be here to help us through everything and wrote her number on a card. Dr. Wesley Wong knocked and came in to explain what happened to Ms. Nyla's heart and brain. He sat down across from me and used his hands to show how her heart stopped pumping blood for 40 minutes.